Hello YouTube. This is Anne with Real Life Concern. I'm coming to you this afternoon. I am well and I'm hoping you all are well and doing fine. Okay. Please continue to like and subscribe to my channel, and please do keep those comments and suggestions and information coming in, please. I thank you gracefully for your support. Now I'm here this afternoon to do a quick video in regards to disability that my children is diagnosed with and are struggling with. Now I have two boys. Some of you might already know that they suffer from a few disabilities, which the youngest suffers the most. I think he had about 4, but I will be talking about the 2 or 3 that he suffers from more, or most should say. You know, your girl don't know how to speak and know what words to use correctly. So I'm going straight into it now. My youngest, Christopher, he has learning difficulties, he has epilepsy, he has memory loss. There's a fancy word for that, memory loss, but I just stick to what I know best and how I can, words that I can pronounce or call, you know. Anyway, Christopher, epilepsy is not the shaken one, so it's not the fit type. Yeah, it's the absent seizure. He had 1 episode of the fit seizure, and this was back in November 2019, and that happened in school. He was fitting for about 5 minutes, which was very long, and he was badly shaken by it afterwards. It took him about 2 hours or so to recover from that. I was told that if it happens a second time, he would have to have this mouth spray, that is, you spray on the tongue or underneath the tongue when they're fitting. Thanks be to God, it's not progressed, and we have not seen another episode of that, and I'm grateful, because I was told that was frightening. I did witness it, and I'm glad I did not, in a sense, because I probably would have panicked. But his absent seizure is, we will say that he's daydreaming. We'll say that he is absent-minded, you know, is not focused. We could say a number of things in regards to absent seizures, as that was what I was telling myself before 2017. Now, with this absent seizure, whatever he's doing when it attacks him, he will continue to do. So if he was walking, if he was pouring something, if he was cutting something, if he was, whatever he was doing at that time, he will continue to do as if he knows what he's doing. But when you see the mistake starts happening, that's when you realize that he's in one of those trance, I would say. Yeah. So oftentimes, to get him out of it, we have to shout his name, which don't always work. We have to physically shake him, touch him, tap him out of it, you know, that kind of thing. He suffers with that a lot. He can have up to 10 episodes a day on a bad day, and on a good day he might have only a couple, which I've never seen a couple recently. He's always in them, but it becomes something that we're getting used to and are able to live with comfortably. Once you know what to look out for when it starts happening, you know how to get him out of it quickly. And we try to get him out of it as quickly as we can. He's not always in the presence of ourselves, so when he's by himself, we can't tell how much he has. Okay? And he'll just get out of it on his own. The only thing is we try to watch him as much as possible. When he's going out, we hold hands most of the times, which he don't really like because he's a big boy and he likes to run, he don't likes to walk, you know. So, but we try to do our best to live with the situation. Now, he has learning difficulties, We all know what learning difficulties is. He don't process things. He don't process information as quick as a normal person. What I would say normal. A normal person would. It takes him a longer time. He will ask questions over questions, and you'll be thinking, what in that you don't understand? But we have to try and break it down as simple as possible. We have to simplify everything that we say to him, and instruct him to do. So if you say, for instance, Christopher, go and have a shower, most of the time we have to break it down. Oftentimes we just go with him and just talk him through it. But most of the time when you say, Christopher, go and have a shower because I might be cooking or doing something else, we have to talk him through it, and we have to pop in from time to time to check to see if he's carrying out what he should be carrying out. Okay, so that there is part of it. Now, part of his learning difficulty has to do with his hearing, and this is something that is hearing, his speech, pardon me, affect his brain, which causes memory loss. And boy, that is the toughest of all, because you get frustrated. I do get frustrated some of the time because you keep repeating yourself. It's oftentimes you find that you're repeating yourself so much that you feel like, you know what, boy, you're taking the piss. Actually, it's not. You can't help it. But we'll feel like that because it come across that way. So I can understand when he is with other people who has to be repeating themselves all the time. I'm thinking, why am I going to repeat myself to this boy so much? Then we have to say to them, this is the reason. Sometimes we try to tell them beforehand if we get the opportunity to. You understand? So that is that. Oftentimes he's in his own surrounding where we can control the noise that we can control the noise for him. If we're out there, out of our comfort zone, in whatever church or wherever, he had to go to church, to be honest, because he can't take the noise. It's too much with the guitars and the microphones and all these things, you know, the instruments. He can't manage it, so he goes to church. He'll be staying there like this all the time. I'm meaning to buy him a ear defender to help him to block this noise out, but I'm trying to get one like a headphone style looking one, which people don't identify that is a ear defender, not a normal headphone, you know. So I'm trying to sort that out. I could have done it already, to be honest. But yeah, it will cover his ears to try and block the noise he can't take, because in his ears, his hearing is muffled by ear wax, hard ear wax. He has to go to the hospital twice a year to get this removed by syringing it out or vacuum it out, which is very uncomfortable for him. He don't like it, but we have to, you know. I even try to drop olive oil in it to soften it up a bit, and use hair wax candle remover to try and remove as much of it as I can, because when his ear is blocked like that, you don't hear very well. You'll be shouting him all the time. You have to be shouting at him all the time for him to hear what you're saying to him. If he's close by, it's fine. You can have a normal conversation without shouting too much. And this is why I've often shout. And people says, why are you shouting? I can't help it, because I've been shouting every day, all day for the last so many years. So it becomes part of me, and I shout a lot when I want to get my way, and when I want to say what I'm saying, when I'm upset, when I am, you know, put the joke aside. But yeah, that is Christopher. Now I'm going into Dominic, because I've gone halfway through Christopher's right already. My son Dominic, he has visual impairment, dominant optic atrophy. Dominic, I didn't know that he has this disability, and I gave him a name similar to his disability. Can you believe this? God's will. God's will. But yeah, dominant optic atrophy is a genetic disability. I was told by the specialist in Birmingham that This is genetic. I've tested myself, and it's not from my side, because we were a bit worried about Christopher, because Christopher do wear glasses as well, and we were worried that he might inherit what Dominic has. So we went ahead and get tested. Um, Fortunately for us, that weren't the case. It's not from my side, so the doctors are assuming it is from Dominic's father's side. Now, Dominic's dad had not gone and get tested. I can't tell you why he didn't go and get tested. If I try to tell you, I'll be telling a lie. So, but we are now assuming it's from his side. I have already tried to make him aware of the situation. I try to inform them as much as I can with updates and things with Dominic. Now, Dominic vision is of an N24 print. Look it up and see what an N24 print is like. Very large. Dominic is watching his TV. He has a big ass TV in front of him. And Dominic is sitting as close as this. I don't know if you can, because now I'm going out of focus with the camera here if I sit this close. And he's sitting close like this and closer, depending on what he's looking at. If he can't enlarge it on the screen himself, he has to sit that close to see whatever he's looking at. And so with his book, and so is with his phone. Luckily in college they enlarge on his prints for him, so he don't have to struggle as bad. However, sometimes they fail to remember to enlarge in his print. I had occasions when I have to go to college and says, please do remember to enlarge in his prints. Even when he was doing exam, they gave him part of his exams not in large print, which I was very mad about. Anyway, because he has an assistant to read for him, it doesn't mean that he doesn't want to try and read for himself, so they didn't bother enlarging his print. Anyway, if he's on his mobile phone, the mobile phone is here, and I'm not telling a lie. His mobile phone is here, and I'm telling you, I can't see anything on my screen with the phone so close to my face. I don't know about you. Try it and you will see. You'll get the gist of what I'm trying to say here. Now also, he has equipment that the hospital has given to him to help and minimize his struggle. Yeah. Now, first of all, this is a magnifying dome. Magnifying dome. I cannot tell you what the thing is, the measures on this is, because I forgot, and I haven't got the box to tell you. But this is the dome. You can see what it is like. I hope you can see perfectly. It is that thick. Imagine he was going to wear glasses this thick. Oh my Lord. God is good. Because it would have been walking around like them things you see in our movies. Yeah. But God is good. So this is one of the equipment that enable him to read. So I put it down on the print, and it magnifies the print for him, and he can tilt it, he can maneuver it the way he wants to satisfy his vision need. So that is one that he uses in school. I use this one. He has the other one that he takes to college and in his room or whatever, that he has as to his own disposal, that he can use at any time. And here we have a monocular. This is called a monocular, and this is a 6 by 16 mm E. I don't know what the E stands for, but this is a 16 mm. Yeah, 6 by 16. So it magnifies his vision, distant vision, 6 times 16 millimeter, I think. Yeah. He's got another one. I keep this just in case, and when we go practicing, I can use this one, and he can use the one that he has. With that one, it enables him to see in the distance. So for instance, we're at the bus stop, because we try to support him taking public transport, which is not very often. He goes on public transport, but when he wants to go out with his friends, he don't want to be seen as the odd one out, so he will get on the public transport with his friends, but he will have his monocular, which he put in his hand and disguise it you can still see that he's holding something, don't get me wrong, but it enables him to see the distance in front, so he can be able to tell what number bus is coming, if that's the bus that he needs to get on or not. So the bus won't just pass him by standing at the bus stop, and to read any signs that he might need to read, and whatever. So this is it. This is how small it is. I'm going out of focus, sorry. This is how small it is, okay? And he will put this part to his eye like that. Once he focused on what he wants to look at, then he'll have it to see at a certain distance. As I said, it is magnified by 16 by 6 by 16, sorry, and you can do a whole lot with it. See, all the way out, and it has a certain way where we move this part as well, and it brings it in and out of focus. He knows how to do it more than I do. And this is what enables him to go out. He had a binocular. We don't use a binocular very often. We used to use the binocular when we used to go on caravan. When we used to go caravan holidays, we used to use that binocular more, because I remember we were looking out on a ship, a big old ship out there, man. It weren't that far because we could have seen it, but Dominic was unable to see it, and the hospital gave him a binocular for that purpose. So he still have it, hasn't used it for some time now. He mostly used the binocular. Now the doctor blurred my vision to see what Dominic was seeing, so I can be able to explain to people who is working with Dominic that this is how he can see. And I best describe it as a cloudy winter's day. Very cloudy, very foggy, and you can hardly see in front of you. Remember, he only sees 3 meters with his glasses on. Without his glasses, it reduced by half, so 1.5 meters, okay? And that's how he sees. So imagine you looking at a cloudy winter's day. I forgot how this was, sorry. A cloud winter's day, foggy, thick fogs. And that is how Dominic sees every day. Whether it is sunny or not, it's all looking white and cloudy. So on this beautiful day that we have here, God bless him, he's not able to see this nice bright sunshine. He'll see the sunshine glaring through clouds, white. He also struggles to see colors. He's lost his last test that he did about 6 months or 7 months ago. He's lost a few more color vision. So he's lost dark blue. No, this is gray, sorry. He's lost dark blue. He was unable to already see black. He lost he lost 4 more colors. I forgot what 4 colors. I think dark blue, lilac, or you know, that kind of color, gray, and I think white. I'm not sure if white was in it, but it don't see very well on white paper. So in college, is print is text always has to be on a color paper, which is a bright blue like this one here. So that's why these are in colors. Most of his stuff are in color boxes and colored whatever, so he's able to know what he's looking for and so on. But I tell you this, if I did not tell you that Dominic is visually impaired, you would never tell, because he goes about his business like a normal child. Thanks be to God. His vision has stabilized for the last 2 years. It has been stabilized for the last 2 years, except for the color vision. He lost 4 more colors. So he don't have much color left, to be honest. I'm gonna have to test him on that now and see what colors he's got left. I weren't the one who do the testing. The hospital did, and identify that he had lost. And Dominic knew, but he did not say, because after the hospital appointment, I was talking to him about it, and he was saying to me that, Mom, yes, I know, but I didn't think it was significant enough to tell you because he don't want me to worry. I don't worry too much about it. I try to enlighten myself, so therefore I'm able to support him. But he thought that I had too much on my plate. But I never will have too much on my plate for my children. They always come first. It don't matter who you are or what you are. They always come first. Even though I should put myself first, I never have. And I will never will. I will never will put myself first. They have to come first for me at all time, at all cost as well. So I hope I was able to enlighten you guys on his visual impairment and Christopher's disabilities as well. And one thing I want to say quickly is that Barclays Bank, I am disappointed in the service that you provided to my son. Even though we informed you that he is visually impaired, you were asking him to read from his bank card to give you information from his bank card that he was unable to do. This is why he called you requesting an IVIS card for the visually impaired. Now, you was not willing to take the information from me, but you're gonna have to, one way or the other. It's only because I hadn't had time. I have a lot of time. That's a lie. It's only because I haven't got around to it as of yet. Because you will provide him with the card that he deserves. You stated that you provided all these things for the visual impaired. Yeah, you even done training with him on the notes that had the visual impairment print on it. Did you know that the £5, the new £5 and the £10 and now the £20 carries the prints for a visually impaired person to identify what note they have in their hands? Yes, the £5, the £10 and now the £20 notes. It's available on that. And you enlightened my son on this and able to give him a little bit of talk, or I wouldn't say training, a little bit of talk around it. So why are you refusing to provide him with the the IVIS card? I'm disappointed, Barclays, and I will be coming at you. But for those who have watched my video and who will be watching this one, I hope you'd like and share. I hope you have something to contribute in the comment section. I'm here to learn. Anything that you want to ask, please don't be afraid to ask. I won't be offended. I won't be offended. I'd rather you asking me than assuming. So please ask any questions that you want to ask. Please, if you have any information on any of the disability that I talked about, which I have not covered, please enlighten me. I am here to learn. Okay? And if you want to share it, please do so that others can see. Others, I'm going into my Jamaican patois again there, so that others can see and are able to learn as well. Okay? So I hope you have a blessed day. It is a Sunday. I just got home from church, and I pray for you all. I pray for everybody. For those who I don't know and for those who I know, I pray for you equally, like I pray for myself and my family. God bless you all, and please continue to share and ask your friends to subscribe to my channel, and let's get it on. Ooh, yeah. I can't sing. Sorry. Have a blessed day. Thank you. Bye-bye.